Let's get the ring back to the alchemist's hut. Back to Dawnstar. What that is over there? Interesting. Let's have a little look. May as well. When we're here. Trap door, I wonder where that leads. Alchemist here too. Hello.
Need something?
Aye, we got for sale.
Take a look.
We got some stuff to sell you here. Okay. That's it.
All right then.
Yeah. Good day to you.
Is there something I can do for you?
Right over sale.
Take a look.
What do you have? Ingredients wise? Pretty rare. Okay.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, okay.
I'm right here. Right behind you. Yes?
Right, get in. That's what this place is. Okay. Blacksmith.
Huh? You want a drink?
What's in the menu?
Depends. Are you thirsty? Hungry? Both.
What have we got here? I can supply a mead.
It's been a pleasure.
Indeed. Oh, it's a fellow Bosmer. Mind if I sit beside you?
Yeah?
Hello.
Hold on. Are you alright? You look like you got ataxia. I'm not a priestess, but I did read Withershins back in the year 199.
Oh, I think I'm fine.
Well, good for you. Withershins was a terrible book anyway. The name's Colin. What can I do you for?
Oh, nice to see a fellow Bosmer away out here. Just wanted to talk.
Not much of a talker. No, Morris, that one's a talker. He won't shut up about his dead wife and the corpse he calls his manhood.
You seem like a talker to me.
Okay, so I lied. I talk. But I also get things done. So, if you got things need slaying, now I gotta steal to slay 'em. Well, more like you got the iron.
So you're some sort of adventurer.
Pretty much. Got the face for it anyway. I was too cute to be a tavern wench and too ugly to be a brothel whore. And no, I don't have the two mixed up. At least I don't think I do. Which one is Hadring?
I have no idea. Suppose whoever it is, he may probably make a fine tavern wench.
Well, he wouldn't be the first one who needed a good shave. Never met a boss tavern wench, though. If Hedring didn't rip out all of his hair and stuff it up his nose, I'd say you were onto something.
So, your iron sword.
Rusty iron, if you want to be particular. Rusty enough to give a bandit a real dirty nick. A nick that might fester and kill him. Although it doesn't really cut as much as it clubs. But if you smack him hard enough, they die all the same.
Yeah. Okay. So, Brian, tell us more about yourself.
Ain't much to tell. I tried being a soldier for the Empire until I realized that I hate taking orders.
I know the feeling.
I thought about training warriors, but I hate giving orders more than taking them. I thought about becoming a beggar, but they make little more than sell swords.
Yeah.
I thought maybe I become a priest, until I remembered that the only god I worship is coin. So I decided to become an adventurer, because pretty much anyone qualifies.
What brings you to the Pale?
Well, this is gonna sound pretty stupid, because it is. It's pretty much the stupidest thing in the history of stupid ways a person can answer the question, "What are you doing, stupid?"
Okay, I'll bite. What are you doing here, stupid?
I'm here for Horkers. Yeah, that's right, Horkers. Told you it was stupid. See, I have this friend, and he's mad about Horkers. Just loves them. Loves to eat them, that is.
Right, okay.
Anything else would be too weird. Eating them is weird enough.
Well, as an adventurer, sometimes you have to eat strange things, depending on what you can find out there.
Oh, probably right. I guess some adventurers like to explore caves and old forts, and others like to explore the bottom of a bottle.
Meat.
Guess which one I am.
So you're saying this friend of yours likes Horkers?
Right. So, one day we're at some inn and he's gobbling down the slop while I'm gobbling down the ale. He's eaten about a half of it when he gets up and goes outside to, you know, drop his own little hulk in the hay.
Yeah, right.
He tells me to watch his stew, as if anyone would put that poison in their mouth but him. Thing is, my head's spinning from all the ale, and pretty soon my arms are spinning too. Especially when one of them birds starts chirping.
What up next?
Take a guess. The big oaf came back right when it hit the floor. Now, I'm expecting things to go airborne. Mugs, flagons, benches, alchemy tables. But he just walked away. Didn't say a word. Would have been easier if he just let me have it.
Seems a bit harsh for a spoiled bowl of stew.
I said it was stupid. But on the other hand, everyone's got their quirks. Gorse is Horker's stew.
Ah, gore.
Worse yet, he
Right.
spent a week up north gathering that meat. And I don't know how he does it. To me, killing Horkers is duller than an Altmer mating ritual.
Haha.
Those things are like watching paint dry on a portrait of Lind.
Suppose you're here on Horkers then.
That's right. Heard they got a bunch of real fat ones by Lake Yorgrim. Figure they clubber a few and bring them back as a peace offering.
Will any Horker do?
Good point. If I really wanted to show the big elf I cared, I wouldn't have just any old Horker. I heard up north they got one as big as a galleon and as ugly as an orc's first wife. Problem is, I'm not so good at finding stuff. Losing stuff? No, I'm the queen of that. Finding? Not so much.
Well, I can help you track down this Horker.
You what? Are you serious? By Morris's cheese breath you are. Well, far be it for me to talk you out of something stupid. Nah, the Horkers here are too small, but Hadring says there's a Horker so big it sunk an entire ship somewhere up north.
What's the name of this ship?
They call it the Brine Hammer. We should head on over there. You can take the lead, seeing how excited you are to do this. I'm more of a follower anyway.
Interesting. Bosmore.
What is it?
Well, I'll meet you at the Brownham. I've got something to do first, but I'll see you there.
Alright, but don't take too long, else I'll have to kill this thing without you.
Okay. see, I feel the ball's going away out here. Okay. Let us have some stew, I think. Should do for now. Hello, Zora. Philip Bosmer, out here.
Eh? Are you talking to me?
Not really.
Yeah. Oh, what's that?
What? I think you're a bit tipsy. Don't you think you had enough?
Enough. What are you talking about? This is my first one.
Well, you look like you're 3 sheets to the wind, my friend.
What, me? No, really. This is my first drink. It's this damn hammer's fault.
No, I know you're drunk blaming a hammer.
I know. It sounds crazy, doesn't it? I can't explain it, but whenever I use this hammer, I end up feeling, well, hammered.
Hammered.
The more I use it, the drunker I feel. Last week, I got jumped by some bandits, fended them off, but woke up here in the inn.
So why don't you stop using it?
Stop using the hammer, you say? Well, that would make sense now, wouldn't it? Problem is, this old girl and I have been through quite a lot together, and I've never been able to find a fitting replacement for her.
What if I gave you a replacement?
Ah, you're a blacksmith, are you?
Well, no, but
Well, yeah. If you could make me a fitting replacement, I could probably move on. And I might be so inclined to let you have my old hammer in payment. Sound like a deal?
okay, I'll see what I can do.
Fantastic. I'm sure you'll whip up something grand. I'll be here when you get back.
Well, what hammer, eh? Ah, the hard ring.
Ah, hello there, traveler. Come to the Night Gate for food or lodging?
Just some malts, refill of water, please.
Of course.
What can I tell about then?
This old place? Huh. Been here forever. Built by my great-granda. Run by him, then all the way up the line to me.
You got a business out here?
Nah, not so much. The odd traveler on the road. But mostly just old full-time. Come to drink away a lifetime of bad memories, I'd wager. Course, there's the orc. Long-term tenant, that one. For what he pays, I could afford to shut this place down.
Tell me about this orc.
Him? Oh, name's, Balablob, or, Malaclob, one of them funny orc names.
I get it.
Talks real good, though. Not a savage at all. Said he's a writer. Don't know what kind of job that is, but it must earn him some pretty coin. He's paid up for the next few months. He mostly just hangs about. Goes down to the lake, sometimes samples the stores of wine in the cellar. Man can do whatever he pleases, far as I care.
Okay,
Anything you need, just holler.
yeah. That's fine. Yeah, looks like a back to the old drink again, eh?
Need something?
No, thanks. I'm just on my way out. Right, let's go. So you go back to Dawson before the place shuts. fancy helping Cullen do that little job, but she asked us to help her with a bit. To get into Dawnstar and turn in the ring to the Alchemist, and also talk to the non-girl. Okay, this way. Actually, I might get a sword to that thing.
Good.
There we are. That's good. What's going on over there? Come on again, eh? Try and avoid that, I think. For now. Just let that play out, I think. Yep, we're silly engaging there, so. Cross country, find our way back to the road. Guards out on patrol. Goodness sake, women, should you be doing that in your condition? Goodness me. Right, so we're going to the alchemy shop is. Yeah, I think. It was dark when I explored the village last time. Hello.
The mortar and pestle has cures for every illness, from ataxia to whitbane.
Yeah, I have that ring that you mislaid.
Thank you. Here, let an old alchemist pass on some of her secrets to you.
Thank you. Show for sale.
Take a look.
Anything else? Nope. Okay.
Bye now, dearie.
Yeah, bye, Frida. Try not to lose your ring again, okay?
My duty is to guard Brina Merilis. I'll take my leave then.
Okay.
If you don't mind me saying that, you're working too hard. Go home.
Never. Not until we turn this mine around, drive Baytild out of business, and force her to apologize to me for everything she's done.
What is this feud you have with your wife? What started this?
I don't want to talk about it.
You don't want to talk about it, or you don't know?
I don't want to talk about it.
You see, so his wife's got one ring and husband's got the other. That could be an interesting feud. Ah, the bird like the day, you can see these people more clearly. Oh yeah.
I plan to spend all the days I got left on the water. It's where I belong. Until next time.
Yep.
What now?
Captain, there's the
I don't like taking orders from a boy, but I need the gold.
Safe travels.
Yes.
Okay, let's go back to the inn and see if Tickler made it back. Now, see if she's here.
The Wind Peak Inn features the finest bard in all of Dawnstar. Me.
I'm right here.
Sorry if my father seems a bit distracted. A lot's happened. What can I do for you? All right then.
It's so dark in here, you can't see very much.
Need something? Mm-hmm.
Okay, maybe she might be back in the morning. Well, we could stay here, I suppose.
Ready to move?
I'm sorry. My mind was just somewhere else. Do you need a room? Drink?
Yeah, let her in, please.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
I'll show you to your room. Right this way. Let me know if there's anything else you need.
Okay. Okay, let's see. Cullen marked this Brainhammer ship was in my map. Ah, it's up there, that's not too far. Okay. Let's go and see if I can tickle it then, eh? Not too tired just now.
Yes?
Something more this way. We're staying at Beltill's house. Oh, there she is. Oh, Tickrid, you made it.
Oh, it's you again. Thank you for earlier. I'd appreciate if you kept some of the more embarrassing details to yourself.
How do you feel to be back home?
Dealing with Batilde on a daily basis. Now I remember why I enjoyed leaving this place. She gripes over the slightest of things and turns them into biggest of arguments. It got so bad that I was thinking of moving into the Wind Peak Inn. But I'm a little light in the pocket since I stopped hunting bounties. Sad thing is, I'm dependent on my sister to survive.
Oh, right. Yeah, you're always an awkward fighter.
Of course. Batilde liked to say when I came out of the womb I looked like a spider, all knees and elbows. I was a gangly child. My arms and legs seemed in a hurry to grow and left the rest of my body behind. It didn't help that I was shy. The village children were merciless. Tickrid the awkward, they used to chant, like it was some nursery rhyme.
Yeah, well, young children want to misbehave. It's nothing personal.
I know, but there was one child in particular, Jorn, who took things a step further. He used to climb on the rooftops and hurl stones at me.
Ouch.
When I complained to the adults, they almost did the same. Jorn was a sweet, innocent boy, they said.
So no one believed you?
Not even my sister came to my defense. Only one person ever did. Her name was Saline. She was slick, clever, mischievous, and mysterious. Her family hailed from elsewhere, and she smelled of sand and blood. When Jorn first met her, I think his jaw would have hit the floor if she hadn't thrust it up his nose. She didn't buy his sweet boy act for a second.
Sounds like some news. You and Silly must have been close friends.
They spent every minute together. Her father was grooming her to be a warrior, and she'd often share the lessons she learned. We met at night and practiced by the lighthouse fire. She taught me how to hold a weapon, how to strike with it, and how to defend.
What do you think he taught you?
If I learned to protect myself, she said, bullies like Jorn could never get away with hurting me again.
Yeah.
But if I wanted to get better, I needed to spar. And to spar, I first needed a weapon of my own. So one night I borrowed a blade from the smith's workbench. I was running up the lighthouse steps to show Saline when I slipped on a patch of ice.
What happened next?
It slid out of my hand, off the ledge, and into the bed of snow below. Saline told me not to panic, even though I was already starting to. We ran down to the shoreline and combed the area. From down below, the fire from the lighthouse was dim, but bright enough to reflect any stray metal lying in that pillow of white.
So how did you find the sword?
Yes. In fact, it only took me a few minutes to find the sword standing straight up in the snow. I called to Saline, but she didn't answer. She was staring at something. A dark surface wedged in the rock. I ran over and tugged at her shoulder, holding up the hilt to her eyes. She never turned her gaze, and that's when I looked at the rock once more and saw the door. A black one, painted with skulls and bones, and it spoke.
It spoke? What happened next?
I was mortified. I couldn't even breathe. I backed up, tripped, and fell on my bottom, clutching my blade like a doll. Saline didn't flinch. It asked her a question. Saline talked back to it, but the door didn't like her answers. Then she repeated the question to me. What was life's greatest illusion? For some reason, my thoughts turned to Jorn. I said something. I can't recall what. But the door opened and she went in.
Why didn't you stop her?
Saline used to say that someday I'd surpass her as a fighter. That I fought so awkwardly, my movements were unpredictable. But that night, at that moment, I wasn't that person I was going to be. I was who I was, and that person was weak. Mentally, physically, and emotionally. Saline told me to wait outside, and I was more than happy to.
How did what happened to something change you?
Saline used to love watching the guards spar. Her dream was to one day join them, to become a housecarl and serve as the Jarl's right hand. She was always thinking about others, trying to shield us all from harm. She was strong, gallant, honorable. She was my friend, and it burns me every single day that I couldn't be the same for her.
You blame yourself what happened to Celine?
Yes, I blame myself, and I always will. Not for opening that door, but for lacking the courage to follow her inside it. So I swore to myself that I would become the person Celine always thought I could be, and achieve the goals she always wanted for herself. My body is the vessel for both our spirits, one chasing a dream, and the other vowing to never let a friend chase it alone.
Well, I imagine you got some talent.
When I was younger, I trained in the barracks as a sword maiden. Many believed I would eventually serve Skull the Elder as his housecarl. But the position was filled by a man named Yod, a great warrior and former Imperial Legionnaire. Yod was part of a naval garrison that fought off the Thalmor as their ships attempted to establish a beachhead on the northern coast. As a result, he's revered and loved by the people, the guards, and more importantly, the Jarl himself, a true hero of Skyrim.
Surely a great man, a good housecarl.
Except I know I'm a better fighter than Jod. He may have been a great warrior in his time, but now he gets by on reputation and myth. And while I realize there is something almost cruel about slaying a man's reputation, sometimes it is the only way. I know one thing, people would have hated me for it. We all want to think our heroes are infallible. Maybe that's why Skull decided to put a stop to all the talk. He told the guard captain to get rid of me. Said there was a hole in my defense.
Housecarls die, wells change, your time may yet come.
So do people, and so do dreams. I've seen too much of the world to want to be cooped up in a longhouse, listening to nobles and farmers petition the Jarl for lord taxes. As a bounty hunter, I can still serve the Hold and the Jarl while traveling across the Pale, and honor the spirits to whom I've pledged my sword.
Well, being a bounty hunter is a lot different than guard duty. Dangerous.
I know, bounty hunters put their lives on the line almost every day, and only reap from the blood they sow. When I was a guard, I gotten into hundreds of battles, fights, and scuffles, but never with my life on the line.
Yeah. The guards there to back you up. What sort of fights did you get into as a guard?
We used to clean out the barracks and hold sparring matches. Tourneys. Put half a week's wages in a pot. Winner takes all. We'd knock each other around with practice swords until our bellies were as lumpy as a toad. I won more than my share, of lumps and gold.
It's how we always read is how do sparring matches and real fights differ?
You fight recklessly when the blades are blunted. What's a blow to the arm if you can knock a man to the ground? People won those tournaments by turning them into melees. Old-fashioned brawls. Real fights, I imagine they'd be different. I knew they'd be different. It was just a question of how much.
So when did you get your first taste of a real battle?
The Jarl had put up a bounty after word came of pilgrims dying near the Wayland Stones. As the stones form a wreath around the Shrine of Talos, many suspected the Thalmor.
Yeah.
Few were brave enough to challenge them. Only when I arrived I found no Thalmor. All was silent save the crunch of my boots against the quilt of snow. Just in case, I knelt before the altar like a pilgrim and asked for Talos' blessing. That's when I heard it, the chattering of teeth.
Yeah, the chattering teeth of a Thalmor just a shear.
No, not quite. I've heard a Thalmor make plenty of strange noises, mostly in death, but none like an angry bone chime. It was a sound that slithered and swam through the air, rattling like a pair of bone snakes.
Yeah.
Only they did so without a body, and without a tongue. They were ice rays.
Yeah, ice rays, I know. How did you find off?
I drew my sword, and I should have raised my shield. I still recall the feeling of frostbite that touched my skin as their fangs sunk into my flesh. I shook them off, and darted back behind the stone. It felt as if the wind itself was trying to take a bite out of my neck.
Well, next.
I looked to Talos for guidance. He granted my faith with a vision. A tiny red dot dancing around the altar. It was a drop of blood. And just like that, I had my answer. With but one health potion left, I would only have one chance. I tossed my shield away.
What? What did you do?
I slashed my palm and squeezed it, letting the blood collect in my hand. Then I closed my eyes and listened for the rattle to get close. I threw the blood in the direction of the noise, hoping to splatter it across their glassy spines. Then I opened my eyes, and there they were. Once the mystery was gone, they are nothing more than slaughterfish, wading through the air as I stuck them with my blade.
Interesting. What about your sister?
Bathilde, owner of Ironbreaker Mine. When her and her husband Legel split up, she got the iron and left him with the quicksilver.
Right.
That scrap ain't good for much save patching up elven armor. And if that's your business here, you may find yourself with a shortage of customers.
How did you react to the divorce?
The divorce wasn't much of a surprise, considering they were never really friendly with each other. Passionate, maybe, but that's not enough. It was only a matter of time before things got messy, and my sister's not someone you want to mess with. She's the kind of woman who chews rocks for fun and cleans her dishes with spit. Cross her, and you're not doing yourself any favors.
Well, I suppose siblings fight and species fight, particularly if one of them is Baytailed.
At least I have an excuse. I'm obligated to love my sister. The Gelf chose to. But that makes it sound like my sister was a frost troll. She wasn't perfect. She wasn't even decent. But people who work and live the hard way, they are worthy of your respect. For a tough miner like Legelf, maybe that isn't love, but it's close enough.
Alright. To good.
Goodbye.
Careful yourself. I'm good if the weather's closing in. Back to the end, I think. It's getting late. Off towards the Brown Hammer and see if I can help Cullen. Right, okay. Zone up.
Yes?
What are you going to Horka hunt, Zora? Before we come back and turn in. I'm blocking the doorway. Anyway. Let's get ready.
Need something?
Yes, I need to get the doorway. If you get the way, please.
Hello.